There is a sense that maybe everyone is overreacting and that maybe we should just calm down. Everything will fall in place. Is that what it is? Or there's been signs that this team has been declining over the years, and the earlier we accept and wrestle the situation, the better. And if Otuado doesn't qualify for the AFCON, should he be fired? Will that be considered a failure? Because what's the barest minimum? There was a time, only a few years ago, the barest minimum for a Black Stars coach was to reach the AFCON semi-final. Now we've exited in the group stages in back-to-back tournaments, and now we can't even qualify with ease. The last time out, before Cote d'Ivoire, we qualified with the last match, and this time we might not even make it that far. So the realities are many, hitting us right and staring us right in the faces. We're live on X Spaces. Today on the show, I will open the phone line. I guarantee you, in the last 15 minutes, I'm reserving that for you to call in and let us know, because we don't have all the wisdom. Let us know what you think is the issue with the Black Stars team, why we are struggling to qualify for an AFCON. We've not struggled to qualify for an AFCON since we didn't make it in 2004 until, well, in recent history. The last AFCON, we qualified on the last day against Central African Republic, and even with that, for about 45 minutes, half of the match, we were not qualifying until we fought our way back with goals from Kudus and Nyama, giving us a 2-1 win. And then we qualified for the AFCON with the very last match. This time around, with 3 games into a 6-game qualifying series, we are already staring at an exit. If we don't pick all 3 points against Sudan in Libya on Tuesday, we are out. That is what it is. A draw will not be enough. A draw will not be enough. The minimum Ghana required from these 2 matches to guarantee themselves or put themselves in a good position to qualify were 4 points. So far, we have just 1. We have to get those additional 3 in Libya on Tuesday, or forget about the AFCON. Now, in a period where we have some of the best players on the continent playing in some of the best leagues, how are we struggling to put together decent performances? If you prefer WhatsApp, you can reach us there as well. 055 1111997. 055 1111997. We'll bring you reaction, of course, from the post-match press conference as well. Otuado and the Sudanese coaches who are Ghanaian, Ignatius Osefusu, is being speaking a lot as well. Very animated on the touchline yesterday. So we'll bring you some reactions from there as far as that's concerned. And of course, so everything from that game we'll unpack it here on the show. It's proudly brought to you by Petrosaw. Petrosaw, always a delightful experience. I'll tell you more about them, DSTV, and also, of course, yes, so DSTV and Betway also proudly sponsoring this particular show, and the Joy Sports Invitational. I'll tell you more about that. We visited lots of companies this week. We put together a very nice reel of events for you as well, from some of the best bits from our visits to those companies. The show is streaming live on X Spaces, so do join us there on X Spaces on the Joy FM handle. It's also streaming on the Joy FM YouTube channel, not the Joy News YouTube channel. Joy FM YouTube channel, that's where it's streaming, and then after it's put on the Joy News YouTube channel for as a podcast for you to listen back. So we're gonna go onto the land as well and speak to an ex-footballer who has perspective on all of what we will be talking about, the Black Stars as well. So that's what we'll do. But let me bring the guys in the studio so far. Muftar Nabila Abdullah is here. Sichofe Philip Achrim. Daniel Cranting. Guys, how are you feeling? Daniel, you had a song yesterday.
Charlie. Why we, oh, Black Stars. Why we, oh, why we, Black Stars, Black Stars, Black Stars. Why do you create so many chances but you cannot score? Too many passes going to the box but you can't finish. Why we drawing this game against Sudan in Ghana? Why we, oh, why we, oh.
But the best you fire out.
Why you, eh? Don't worry.
No, the best you fire.
Guys, welcome to the show. I'm gonna do this. Go over this phone line very quickly. Guys, stay with me because I need to go on the phone line and speak to a good friend of mine, a man who's been in the Black Stars dressing room as a player and as a coach. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us to talk about that game from yesterday is CK Akonnor.
Oh, baby.
CK.
Yes.
CK. I'm not sure where or what the situation is, but there's a lot of noise in the background, and I can barely hear you. So I don't know where you are, but if you can reposition yourself, or maybe it's our phone line. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. But how have you been? Yes, how have you been?
Oh, I've been good. By God's grace, I've been okay, moving up and down. So all has been well.
All right, thank you. Thank you for agreeing to do this with us. Listen, yesterday you watched the team, for the first time in since 2004, we are looking at possibly not qualifying for the AFCON. Now we have to win every single one of the remaining 3 games to stand any chance. First of all, what do you make of the performance from yesterday?
Well, I think it's been difficult. We are in a challenging period, and all I need to say or tell you is that the whole nation needs to get behind this team and support them, and hopefully we'll come out of it. I think all hopes are not lost yet. You see, this is a young team, and therefore it needs to grow. Otto just came back a few months ago, and he needs time to get his ideas across. But the qualification, AFCON especially, has been very, very difficult. And I wouldn't say we are struggling, but it's been challenging, and the team is in a challenging moment. Some few months ago, in our first 2 matches, we were good. Everything was nice. It was good. Then all of a sudden, things have changed. We went to Mali. Not just we were lucky to win, but we won convincingly. We played so well. And I was very, very happy with the way we played, and also we were in control. Any other challenging moment, we were able to do it well, come out with it very well. Central Africa, we won also convincingly. But these few times, I think it's been very, very difficult, and so we need to get behind them, this group, and allow them to do it and make it look good again.
CK, this team has been together for a while, and yet they haven't really been able to churn out any consistent performances. Look, I'll give you some numbers. Since the AFCON in 2022, AFCON 2021, which was played in 2022, from that AFCON till now, Ghana has played 35 matches. They've been under 3 different managers, Otto himself twice, and all those 3 managers, including Otto's 2 tenures, they've combined for 9 victories in 35 games for the Black Stars. Why do you think that is? Different managers, maybe I can even argue a different crop of players at certain times, and yet the results remain the same.
Well, I agree. I agree with you to a certain extent. Statistics will tell you what you're saying is right. There are so many obvious reasons why this team is known, but this happens all over the world. I mean, let's go back to Germany. After they won the World Cup, what have they done so far? Have they won anything? No. Spain, who now sort of dominates the world football, before they became Super Four, after they won the World Cup in South Africa, what happened to them? Our almighty Brazil. They're struggling. And these are huge football nations. You understand me? And so you can argue, but after a certain time, they get back. What I'm hoping for, that they get the understanding, the gel and the spirit on good time, and as early as soon as possible. Sorry, as soon so that they can get on well. But it happens all over, and they are going through a challenge, a moment of difficult situation, and sometimes we don't understand. Like when we look at yesterday, for instance, we had chances to score, but it happens when you understand the dynamics, and so we need to be patient and try and rather support them so they can come out of this difficult moment.
All right, CK, I guess my most logical question to you would be, how do we come out of this? How do we get out of this situation that we find ourselves in? If we don't qualify for the AFCON, what next? What has to be done? How do we get ourselves back? Because you've been part of a national team that had gone through difficult moments. You were even captain during that period. People call that period a dark moment of Ghana football. There is a suggestion that we are regressing to that period. You witnessed what happened during that period. You knew some of the things that accounted for our inability to do well despite having quality players. It seems that's the period we are in right now. From your point, from where you stand, how do you think we can get back to the top?
First of all, I think the short term is that we win the coming matches. Monday we are playing against Sudan. We don't have any other choice than to win. That is something possible. We can do it. If you can go to Mali and win convincingly, I think you can win against Sudan. Moreover, the match is not played in Sudan. We played in Libya, so it's a neutral ground, and so you have the opportunity to excel, to do well. We have to win that match. Then against Angola compared to Mali or whatever, it's not too big of a deal. Indeed, if we get everything right, we will go there and win. All we need now is to win. Unfortunately, we are meeting a team that is backed by a coach that has served before us as he was my boss, Laryea, who is well experienced, knows exactly what to do. Because yesterday's game, you can clearly see that he was in control. Practically, he knew exactly what to do. He didn't come here to win. And now he'll go and probably open up and want to win. And so it makes it difficult. But I'm saying that it's possible. It is possible to win this match. It is possible to win this match and win convincingly. We need to support her. I am very, very hopeful. And I want everybody to support the team with a good spirit. Yes, there's a lot of talking around captainship and all. I've heard it. It's not necessary. What is important now for us is get ourselves together, support this team, and we will go there. And I am so confident. But they must be aware that indeed they need to win this match. A draw will not help us. But I don't think they are far from it.
Okay. Here's the very last one for you, CK. Just before I let you go, I know you're very busy and all that. Kwesi Appiah, he's doing wonders with the Sudan national team. You worked with him as an assistant before you took the job on a permanent basis. When he was in charge, he had a lot of criticism. Ghanaians didn't seem to rate him, but he's doing wonders. What makes Kwesi Appiah so good?
He's as good as he was with the coach. With the Ghana national team. I served him, and it's privilege. I mean, he's somebody who he doesn't talk much, but tactically, the modern trend of football, he's aware. He knows exactly what. If anybody says he doesn't know anything, he's a lie. And that's what we're fond of doing. We destroy our own. And today, he's transformed this team. I played against this team as a coach. I saw what happened. We won here and we lost there. But what he's doing with them is unbelievable. It's good. He's transformed them. They are fearless. They are very confident. And it can only be the work of Kwesi Appiah. He's done so well. And so for me, but I still think with the qualities we have, if you look at individual players, we just have to be able to work as a team and try as much as we can to get a necessary result. If we don't do that, it will be very, very bad for our country. We need to get to the AFCON, and we need to win to get back on the positive track.
I mean, CK, 2004, you were, I think you were out of the team at the time, but from your point of view, what is it like as a player sitting at home and watching the AFCON if you're active and your country is not there? What's that like?
Mostly, this is what we enjoy as players. I mean, the Europeans will tell you when they get to the European Cup, European, they want to be there, and it's the same as the African Cup. If you're not there and you are watching, it looks bad on you. It looks bad when you go back to your various clubs in Europe, and so you want to be there. You want to be seen as one of the big guys who is defending your country in terms of soccer, and it goes to all of them. So they will have to get it right and try as much as they can. So I know they are doing their best, but as it stands now, it's not enough, because if you look at the points, you made analysis before the beginning of this interview. What we have to do, we have to win all our matches, and by now it should be ringing their ears. They should know that they need to give their best. However, I ask the whole nation, this is ours. This is what we want. You, myself, and everybody to support the team, because they need us. At times when it gets difficult moments, it's not about coaching, it's not about we need to get behind the team with a positive mind and belief. And I don't think, if I look at our team now, I cannot imagine them not getting to the AFCON. They will have to. It is possible. We have the men to do the job.
We have the men.
We have the men.
CK, I think you know exactly what you are doing by saying that. We have the men. CK, just hold on for me. A good friend of yours has joined us as well. I said I was going to let you go, but I'll let you say hi. Laryea Kingston is joining us all the way from the US. We've woken him up very early in the morning to speak to him about Black Stars. Only Black Stars can let us do this to him. Laryea, how's it going?
It's good. How are you? Senior,
Yes, sir.
Lagarobi,
Hey, Lion.
Cochito.
I mean, first of all, congratulations for the new job that you got in America. You got that at 17. They say you ran away. You left the team, so you've gone to America. This is proper run away, like.
I don't think so. I don't think it's run away. I think this is a typical example of you should work hard and not only work hard when you think people are watching you. You know, because as soon as I resigned, then the emails started coming in. You know, as soon as I resigned, so it looks like a lot of people are watching the effort and the work I was putting in with the national under 17. So as soon as I resigned, it is not about running away. The environment wasn't too healthy for me. So I think that's the more reason why I resigned. But as soon as I resigned, then the emails started flying in. So I don't think it's running away.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
CK, go ahead.
Okay, so Laryea moving away for me was a big blow to us. If you look at under 17, it is not much of a result-oriented thing. It's about development, and this guy was doing a good job, irrespective of whatever anybody would say, the temperament or whatever. It is not about that. It's about him developing the young ones for the next generation, and he was doing a good job. We saw the development from one end, what he was doing. Then all of a sudden, he had to leave. And if you want anybody to coach our youth, young ones, it's about somebody who has experienced the game itself, who can not just train them, but educate them about the game and tell them exactly what is experienced. Laryea fitting that bit perfectly.
Yeah, he does.
But
CK,
here
that's
we
a
are.
yeah. That's a fair point. It's a brilliant point. I agree with you. And like Laryea said, the moment he resigns, Laryea, you said the phones were calling. The phones were calling.
Yeah. People,
Yeah.
not knowing, people were watching, monitoring everything, And the funny thing is, the job I got here, it was a tournament that I took the kids to in Serbia. These scouts, these agents, and the sporting director of this academy, they were there watching the game. They watch all the games. So for me, I think it was very difficult decision for me to take before resigning. But I didn't know that there is so many opportunities on the pipeline for me, and I felt the environment wasn't too healthy for me. So the best thing is for me to just stay away and then watch from behind. And then look, for me, any day when Ghana call upon me and they will allow me and support me 110%, I'm going to come back and then give back to my country, because this is what we are looking for. My senior man CK played the game, he coached the game as well. So if there is anything at all, people like us need more to give to our soccer at the moment than anything else.
Yeah, that's true. Laryea, I'll come back to ask you, especially before I let you go, to let you tell us exactly what you do. I'm sure there are people listening who want to know about what you're doing in the US and all that. But let me bring you home on the Black Stars, which is the subject of conversation this afternoon. I don't know if you had a chance to watch the game, but we drew against Sudan, and now if we don't win our next 3 matches, we will not qualify for the AFCON, and that would be the first time in 20 years. The last AFCON as well, we only qualified on the last day, and the last 2 AFCONs we got kicked out in the group stages. We've not won a game. We've won 1 match in our last 10 AFCON games. The last time we won a game at the AFCON was 2019 against Guinea-Bissau. That is how far back you have to go to find a victory for Ghana at the Africa Cup of Nations. And somebody's point was, yesterday I spoke to a fan who said, now AFCON cry then, because when we are going cry, the last 3 AFCONs, or when we go cry, we don't do anything. But is it a subject of talent, a subject of application, managerial coaching? Why are we in the quagmire in which we are, from where you sit?
Yeah, that's a good question. From where I'm sitting now, I feel there should be a right consistency in the squad. I guarantee you, from that time, from 2019, all the call-ups for the national team, mostly you see about 3-4 faces, new faces coming in the squad. Let's leave the coaches going in and out. Let's leave the coaches going in and out, because we all know that if you keep a coach for some time, the coach will find his rhythm. The coach will have confidence in his boys, and the boys will also have confidence in. So for me, I believe we should have a little bit of consistency the way we do our call-ups. One typical example, when you look at European national teams, you can see they have, even their youth national teams, they have players that they know that within 2-3 years you'll be ready to play for the first team. And they will graduate, they promote them slowly before they get to the senior national. So before they get to their senior national teams, already every coach that comes in, he already have a group of players that he think he can work around and then build a team or get results for the country. In Ghana, we don't have. Let me give you an example of the under-17s that I work with. Let's go way back to the Serbia group that I had. As soon as we finished that Serbia tournament, we got back to Ghana. Most of them, their ages cannot, they won't be able to feature for under-17s again. As soon as we came back, I present a report to the FA, told them that this group of players, we should put them in the bubble so that I can build a new under-17s. So if we put this group of players in the bubble, that doesn't mean they should stay in camp for long. Every month they can report for 1 week, play one friendly game, go back to their various clubs, whilst I focus on the main the under 17s that the new ones that I have now, I propose this to them today. If you ask the FA, where are these players? They are nowhere to be found. And look at how amazing performance these boys put up in Serbia. They beat Serbia, they beat Switzerland, they beat Spain, and not about winning, but the performance. And everybody saw the coaching dedication, the impact that they have in the kind of football. And all these names that I mentioned, when we talk about youth football in the world, they are one of them. Spain, Switzerland, Serbia. They've produced a lot of young players in Ghana, in the world football. So for me, I think it's right about time for us to understand that we need consistency in our call-up. We need consistency in our technical area. We need consistency in how we manage our football. You see, so for me, I think that's the problem. But to qualify to the AFCON, I know the last games that is left. Ghana, we know, like you said, the last time we qualified, it took us one last game to take us to the AFCON. I know we still have the players that can deliver, but the approaches to the game need to change. We need to approach our games very well. I think this game that they played in Ghana yesterday against Sudan, the approach was very good. I was impressed of the approach. But then again, it comes down to how you can go out and take the game to your opponent and hurt your opponent. No matter what, and hurt your opponent. If you look at the last 10 minutes of the game, that's how we should be playing, especially in home games. Getting high up of the field, putting players in the very solid area around the opponent box. As soon as we lose the ball, we press, win it, and then keep them there. That's how come we got much better opportunities in the game throughout the 96 minutes that they played. We need to take the game to the opponent. It looks like when we start games, we sit back, wait for the opponent to come into the game. When you watch the game yesterday, the Sudanese gave us a lot of respect. Trust me, the way we played, if the Sudanese said they're going to open up and come out and play and not giving us respect, I think they can cause us upset to us. We need to take the games to opponents. Now the football has changed. Look at Italy now. Italy, now they are doing so well. They're beating all the big teams again. They've changed their style. Sitting back, parking the backs, and then go on counter-attack. They're opening up and playing game. The fun of the game is to dominate play and score goals. I think it's right about time for us to go and attack opponents and take the games to it could be that maybe what I believe in as a coach. For me, if you look around the world, teams that dominate play, teams that go high and press high and suffocate opponents, at the end of the day, they are the ones that comes out with a victory. So
the high risk, high reward. You take risk, you get the reward. And you speak to something, not taking the game to the opponent. It speaks to a certain psychology of the team, doesn't it? Which is fear, which is something that my colleagues here have spoken about. And for you, CK, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm here.
In 2021, in the game against I think South Africa, FNB Stadium, you played Abdul Fattah Issahaku, right? But after the game, he was asked what he made of the situation, and he said that he was so afraid. He said, and there were no fans in the stadium, but he said even just looking at the soccer city, the Fattah Mohammed, I beg your pardon, not Issahaku, Fattah Mohammed, Hasselhoff captain. He said that he was so afraid just looking at the atmosphere and the empty seats alone. And some people say that, in fact, my colleague here, Sicho, he's argued consistently that when the Blaster is like the current crop of Blasters players have a certain fear in them and they're afraid to make mistakes. And Laryea says that we need to be bold, and we don't have that boldness. You've played the game, you've managed the game. Do you think that there is a certain heaviness that comes with the Blasters jersey that is making some of these players maybe a little too afraid, affecting their performances?
Well, it's not just the Blaster. I think locally we need to encourage our football and improve our football. I don't want to go deep or go back to a lot of things, but it starts from here. This boy you're talking about is a local player. How was he playing here? How did he do when he gets he goes to Brekum to play? Accra, he leaves them, and what is the situation? There's been a lot of frustration with referees and all that. So let's not go back. But the modern trend of life is talking about the modern trend of football. You need to dominate possession. You need to press a lot. Maybe it's about time we start changing. But this is also not to us. That is what he believes, and I believe that as well. Maybe our coach, who is the national the head coach, has the same idea, but probably maybe we need to look at it again and see how best we can do this. But everybody with his idea and the way he wants a team to play. And so one factor is what is mention of attacking football. You look at Liverpool, the teams that are making it, that's how they play. And so maybe we need to look at it and change the kind of style or the way we play.
All right, sure. CK, I'll let you go. I know you're very busy. Thanks for joining us. And we appreciate your time very much. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All the best, yeah?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Capito.
All right, thank you, CK. But Lai is still with us. Lai, so right now, what next? You mentioned how we need to play, being aggressive, being bold, being risky, and being on the charm offensive all the time, taking the game to the opponent. Clearly, you've not seen that in the last few years of this national team, and you think that has to change. Great, that is on style. What about the current movement? How do we get the team back to at least winning games while trying to implement a certain style? Because as things stand, it's almost like we are right at the bottom. The last time Ghana was ranked top 10 on the continent, you have to go back almost 10 years. We've not been a top 10 country in a long time. How do we get back to winning games immediately, and especially qualifying for this AFCON? How do we do it?
Yeah, I think for me, it all comes to the technical issue. How do we do it now? At the moment, we need the points. So as a coach, you need to change your approach to the games. You need to change your approach to the games. You have the numbers. For me, let me use yesterday's game. After yesterday's game, if I'm a coach going into the second leg game against the same opponent, against the same technical bench, already I should be able to understand their mindset. It could have been that's their away game plan, but at least it should give you a clue of how they're going to come out against you in the second leg. So that alone should motivate you. And then when you go into have your match prep or your preparation towards the second leg, then you know how you go in and then play. But for me, I know very well that if I'm a coach and going into the next leg of the game, especially in the opponent's home grounds, and the way they played against me, being careful, being managing the game very well by sitting back and then sometimes put 2-3 passes together, automatically should tell me that in the game, when I'm going to play against them in their home grounds, they're going to change the style and then come at me. And so for me, going into that game, I think we don't have to go and sit back, because when we sit back, when we wait for them, like we wait in having mid pressure, and they start to go close to our box and start causing problems to us, trust me, I guarantee you, then that will panic will set in. And if we are not careful, they get an early goal is going to be a very big problem for us. So approaching this game, go all out. Like I said earlier on, go. You have the players. When you look at the Black Stars front line, everyone have what it takes to go out there and then punish every defender, everything. Semenyo, look at how he's playing in England. If you look at Jordan Ayew, you look at Ishaku, Kudus Mohammed, all of them, look at the way they're performing in their clubs in Europe. So we have players that can attack opponents well. But then again, maybe our game plan is not allowing them to express themselves more. when they get to the opponent box. Especially if you look at the chances we had in the later part in the game yesterday. One thing we should know, we should remember that we are in the danger zone. So in the danger zone, we don't need too much power to get the ball at the back of the net. You need to be precise. You need to be calm, patient, have your composure, and then pick a spot and then pass the ball into the net instead of going to blast the ball and all that. So for me, I think the technical team need to do a lot. They need to. Okay. You can say you can motivate them. How are you going to motivate them? Bring up a game plan and let them understand that this is the game plan we're going to do, and that's it. Nothing else but the game plan we are putting up.
All right. Sicho, my colleague in here has a question for you.
Hey, Lai, what's up?
Hey, Sicho. Hey, Sicho free.
My mind. Go. Look, Lai, look, brilliant submission from you as always, brilliant. When you look at the Black Stars and attackers we have, when they go to their clubs, they don't find it difficult scoring goals. They've got about a goal in every 2 games, a goal in every 3 games for players like Kudus, Antoine Semenyo, Iñaki Williams. Now, if you're a national team manager, your team is struggling to score goals, how are you able to get the players to replicate, the comforts they find in their club with the national team? Because it looks like Semenyo plays in a different assignment or given a different assignment when it comes to Ghana. Iñaki Williams is also given a different role when he's in Ghana. And Mohamed Kudus is also playing as a number 10, somewhere he doesn't play in his club. As a national team manager, how do you find balance for these attackers that we have in the team to bring goals?
So managing a national team is different from managing the club side. The reason is managing the club side, you are there 24/7 with the players. So you go through a lot of repetitions in sessions and whatever you want to do. Managing national team, as you only get to have the players maybe 2-3 days before the game, so you only have them 2 days or that. So what as a national team coach should do is to do a lot of scouting. Doing a lot of scouting means not going in person. You should have a software that can allow you to at least, not even live games, you can go and monitor, you can go on it and then monitor each and every player, how they do every week. So you do scouting, you scout them by that. So with that, you understand how many minutes Semenyo play, and you can do analysis about his performance, rate them and all that. So before they even get to you, you already know what they were doing, their performance and all that. So that when they come, I'll give you one typical example. When I was playing in Scotland, they signed me as a number 10 playmaker for the team. But the coach that we had then, he watched some of the games I've been playing for the national team.
Right.
And he realized, no, Kingston is doing very well in the national team on the right wing. So one whole season, when I went back, he said, no, he sat me there and told me, look, I know we signed you, we saw you as a playmaker, as number 10, 8 or something, right in the center midfield. By watching you in the national team, I think what we want, if we put you on the right side, you can give us more in the team, in our team. And then it worked perfectly. I started playing at the right wing, and I had a lot of best games in my career with out of them by heart. You understand me? So for me, I think national team coaches also should make sure he do a lot of scouting on the players that he call up, so that when the player comes, you know his performance, you know how their coaches are using them in their teams. So when they come, it makes it easy for you to find positions that you feel can suit
right
your style of play. Look at Semenyo. Semenyo plays in the wide area in his team. In the national team, he plays in the wide area most of the times, but the style of play doesn't suit him. Because when you look at him playing in Bournemouth, as soon as they move the ball to the center area, Semenyo doesn't drop and come on the ball. His power is to run in behind defenders. And you can see, yesterday, he only had one ball, long ball in behind the fullback. and he took the fullback on. He's supposed to do a cutback. He was doing a square ball, which is for me as a technical person, is very good. That's the two options when you are under the 6 in the box. The only pass you need is square ball and a cutback, which I think the defender read it well and they blocked that shot. If the ball goes into the danger zone, I think it's going to be dangerous.
Right.
You understand me? So these are some of the things you should focus on. Monitor your players, scout your players as a national team coach, and then when they come, you know how to use them.
Fair enough. I would like to thank you for your time. We appreciate it. But just for a lot of the people who are listening to us on Game Plan, for those of us who are journalists, we know exactly what you do. But just let us know, the rest of the people listening, what exactly do you do in the US, and where are you? We are praying for you, so we want to know what exactly you are doing so that the prayer can be very targeted.
Yes. So I'm in Florida now, Port St. Lucie to be precise. I was unlucky. I've experienced 2 hurricanes, but we're still alive. Everything is intact now.
Okay, great.
Yes, so I'm at the moment I'm working with Roch Select Academy in the US, Florida, and my role here is the head coach of the soccer department, which I have to look at the game model of the whole academy. I have like 5 coaches that is working under me. My style of play, I'm implementing my style of play and all that. So
that's amazing.
For me, so for me, I think the environment is very good for me. The facility is amazing. We have about 5 pitches, 4 grass pitches, 11 aside, and then 1 Astro 8 aside pitch. Well-equipped gym. And then they have school as well. It's more of right to dream style. But this one is for me. I look at it. It's much bigger.
There's Ghana spec. This American spec. American spec. Yo, man. Yo.
Eli, you've been there for about a month now or more. How has it been for you?
Yeah, it's been very good. I was working on my visa. So it took a little bit of time. I have to fly to South Africa to get it. So they started preseason before me. But whilst I was in Ghana, as soon as I finished my negotiation with the contract and everything, I started working from Ghana. So I did a lot of presentations to the technical team and all that. So they were following my directions, even though I wasn't here. So when I came in, I think they've done a very good job. When I came in, they've already played like 2 games already in the season. They drew their first game and then won their second game. Then I took over. So since I arrived, last week was my 3rd game. This weekend will be my 4th game. My first game was away. The players were trying to get used to of the education I'm bringing on board. So it was a little bit not too happy with the approach. And we went away and we drew. First 15 minutes, we were leading 2-0. And then after 38 minutes, the opponent equalized all the 2. But second half, then they managed to hold the opponent to the end. So we drew 2-2. We came back home and then won 3-1 home. The second week, I was much impressed. Wonderful. I was much impressed. And then last week, I went away and we won 2-1 as well. So
the results are coming.
Yeah, for me, my style is to attack. So I will score goals. Even I'm not happy with them. So I told them they are owing me 2 goals. So with this weekend game, every game we have to score 3.
I beg, relax for them.
We beg you, relax.
I hope like you've not got to give them a hair dryer. I hope you've not got to shout at the boys like you need to buy the 17 boys.
Like, don't mind his voice.
That's just by the way.
Mind his voice. Listen, like we wish you all the best. I'm very proud of you. And especially the squad of 2006. Okay, listen, I was just going through the list. Okay, Matthew Ammer works at NAC Brother and the 18 coach, lies in the US. Derek Boateng is going to San Diego FC, so he's also going to the US.
Yeah.
He's here already.
Yeah.
He's here already.
Sorry?
Derek is in the US.
Derek is here already.
Oh, he's there already.
Yes,
Thank you.
he
There
is
you
already.
go. Working
Yes,
with
yes.
San Diego FC. SN is at Northshaland.
Yeah.
Otuado is the head coach of the Black Stars.
Otuado
That's
is
right.
the head coach of the Black Stars.
That's right.
The-
John Pitzel is assistant coach of the Black Stars.
John Bissell is assistant coach of the Black Stars. You also cannot forget scorer of important goals, Razak Pimpon.
Yeah, people.
He's also working as a coach in Denmark.
Yeah.
Olymp IF is the manager, their youth team. So you guys are all over the place. You're delivering. I love the transition of that squad and what they've done for themselves. It's incredibly pleasing to see that a particular group of Black Stars players have taken up the next level of football, and they are killing it. They are succeeding. It's unbelievable. So, Lai, we wish you all the very best, and hopefully we'll speak again soon.
Thank you, Nabila. Salute.
Thank you.
Stay away from the.
I'll
Stay away from the.
I'll get
Stay away from the. Stay away from the kidnappers, huh?
Thank you.
That was a good
Lai,
You didn't have to bring that here.
Be vigilant.
Be vigilant. Be vigilant. Thank you, Lai. We appreciate you. Lai,
All right,
Kingston.
thanks, guys. Take care. All right, bye.
Yeah, so like is in the former Black Stars International, now works in the US. You're listening to Game Plan on 99.7 Joy FM, hits 103.9 FM. The show is proudly brought to you by Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing dreams, and Betway are back as sponsors. Betway, get way more. As for Betway, they're house people. So Charlie, we're very happy that they're back here with us here on the show. Listen, guys, we've got a lot to cover. I can't wait. The way you guys have been itching. What I'm going to do though is take a very short break. When we come back, we'll hear from Sijofe Philip Achrim, Daniel Kranting, Muftau, Nabila Abdullahi on their thoughts on the Black Stars game. They were all there. They all watched the match yesterday, and they've got a lot to say about that. Plus, all your thoughts are welcome. Send me that message to the WhatsApp number. I'll read them when I come back. 055-1111-997. Also, leave me a message on X with the hashtag Game Plan. Do stay with us, and we will be right back. 03.9 FM, proudly brought to you by Betway. As a proud official global betting partner of Arsenal, Betway is bringing you way more with the new fun exclusive page. Place any bet on Arsenal and you will stand a chance to win exciting monthly prizes from a range of Arsenal jerseys to memorabilia and so much more. Not only that, you will also stand a chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime play on the pitch experience at the Emirates Stadium. Charlie, I want to go. Danny K wants to go badly. This competition ends on the 31st of January 2025, exclusive to Betway. Terms and conditions, of course, always apply. And also sponsored by Petrosol. There is no better fuel for your car than Petrosol, and Petrosol is telling you that every drop matters just as every penny counts. You have to know that good quality fuel enhances your vehicle performance and reduces maintenance costs. So take no risk in times like this. All you need is value for your money. Look no further. Drive to the next Petrosol Platinum Energy fuel station for your clean, accurate quantity fuel suitable for new technology vehicles. Be a happy customer, fill with smiles, drive more miles, and save some money. Petrosol, your clean quality fuel in full quantity. Petrosol Platinum Energy, energizing your dreams. And Chalkbox Technologies Limited, also telling you that if you're a parent or anyone else really with a loved one in boarding school, don't be worried at all. Chalkbox is making it easy for you to deliver books and all kinds of quick buy pre-packed packages. They're doing everything delivered directly to the school. You can just go straight to chopboxonline.com or download the app and start sending stuff to your wards in school your own convenience. It's really that simple. Very, very simple indeed. But the guys are here. They've been waiting very patiently, and I'm glad to be back in the studio. Listen, switch off Philip Achim, Daniel Kranting, Muftar Nabila Abdullahi. I know you guys have a lot to say. Our listeners have a lot to say as well, so we'll get to them. But let me come to you, Sicho. First of all,
after our music, I've not heard Danny's voice, please.
Danny,
So
the way he's Danny K, what are you tying or what's on your head?
He's chatting with the wife. I was tying on. I thought you said typing. What's typing?
Danny K,
Yeah.
what's on your head?
Charlie, you know come the stadium yesterday.
No. I guess
Mufta, you two left early.
Yeah, I left early.
Mufta was the only one who left before kickoff.
No.
I was the
The work he had
perfect
done
job.
the work he had done before kickoff. If he didn't go and rest Anka, he will not survive.
Danny K,
Yeah man.
what's the problem? We've rehashed a lot of the issues. I don't know if you have any new angles for me because, brother, it's like the Christmas. No, you will not be watching Ghana at the AFCON.
Use your mouth.
Or you
to say
yourself
good
will not be going.
things. Use your mouth to say good things.
And it's in Morocco where Eyi is. What's her name?
Charlie, Jamila.
Is it Jamila?
No, because of Danny, we will go tomorrow.
Charlie, I've already said see you in 2025. I've
Look
already
at
said
that.
that.
Look at
You
that.
can't do that to me. The Black Stars will not allow them to spoil my holiday.
Brother, are we qualifying?
I'm not a prophet.
You did say you were a prophet.
Yes, that was back in May. But after
And you
June,
started the season
my
by...
prophetic license has been taken away from me.
It's been revoked.
So now I am just a common flow member.
No, has it been revoked like?
No, it has been temporarily taken away from me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll return in November. With this,
temporary suspension.
yeah. When we see Apia comes back to the ESCO, I also become a prophet.
We were in commentary position together yesterday. You've had a chance to relook at the game. We drew 0-0. It's made our situation precarious, an already difficult situation even more precarious. I don't know where you want to approach it from, whether from the performance, from how we got here, or where we move on from here.
Oh, last time around, I was very upset with the playing body. I was upset with Otoado too, with some of his tactical decisions as against Niger. But to be frank, if we are analysing the game in itself, what we saw yesterday, not result-based analysis, what we saw in terms of the plan, the application, I think the coaching was really good on the day. We were at the stadium when the lineups came out. I was absolutely pissed with the midfield combination of Elisha and Ibrahim Suleiman. I was struggling to think how we would progress the ball, how we would create chances. But to be frank, I think they complemented each other really well. Defensively, they were solid. They were always on the move, making sure they picked up the loose balls when we lost them. And they progressed the ball really well. I was quite impressed, especially because of their profile. I think they did well on the day. If I'm going to pick individual performances, I think the boys showed a lot of heart yesterday. They showed heart yesterday. The coaching was good. In fact, look, if you go out in a game as a head coach, what you want to do is to create the best opportunities for you to win the game, and also to limit your opposition from creating opportunities. Sudan didn't create a chance in yesterday's game. Yes, they had shots,
Maybe half chances.
Half chances. They were no big chance in the game. There was no
real scary moment.
Exactly, in the game where we were afraid we were going to concede. The defense was rock solid. And to be frank, for a Black Stars team over the past year or two, I don't think we've had such a solid defensive performance like what we saw yesterday. Obviously, you can also attribute that to the way Sudan decided to set up on the day. But offensively, I thought we were brilliant. We created 4 big chances in the game. And it is inexplicable how none of them hit the back of the net. It was one of those days where if we play the game again today, the way we played yesterday,
with
at least with the same chances, at least two of them will hit the back of the net. But again, look, when it rains, it pours. When you are not doing well, luck just evades you. It's just it's life. It just happens, and unfortunately, we're not able to get the win. But if this was a one-off, it would be easy to say, oh, we'll bounce back again. But when you look at how consistently poor our results have been, how that has affected the players' confidence, how it has affected the mood in camp, it's very difficult to see how these guys will pick themselves up again on Monday and go again. Also,
how about a speech from Kurt?
I'll leave for Situ. But look,
Just say you want to talk about it.
we'll go do tag team. If I finish, I'll tag, then he'll come inside. See, if you also listen to what Laryea said, and it is very important that we listen to what Laryea said, because he was talking as a technical man, somebody who sat on the bench as a coach who understands the game. Sudan will not approach Monday's game the way they approached yesterday's game. It will be completely different. So we can't expect to play the same way or expect to see the same style from both teams. The game will change. The pattern of the game will be different on Monday. And that's what hurts more, because we were not able to take advantage of the chances that we created. Look, it's very difficult to, and I'll say it, if you say the coaching on Thursday was bad, it's either you don't have a point or it's personal. Because
the coach did his job. Is what
he
you're
did
saying.
his job.
The players
It's
just
not
didn't.
Otuado's fault. Jiku couldn't score from 5 yards out, hit the crossbar. It's not in Otuado's fault. Kudus couldn't score from 3 yards out and had to pass the ball back to the goalkeeper. Like, some of these things it's very uncharacteristic of the players involved. That's why it's very difficult to explain. This is not something Kudus does often. Jiku is very good with his head. Five years out, he will score. He missed. Iñaki Williams, 1-on-1, he usually scores. He missed.
Time is being so there, but go on.
Oh yeah, but Charlie. No, but you see, it's and when you premise it on that point, the fact that it is not a characteristic of these players, yet when they come to Ghana, it is characteristic.
Right.
Then you know that
The problem is with Ghana.
The problem is with Ghana. So look, we've spoken about the problems of this team. We've spoken about the cultural issues. I don't want to sound like a broken record, but unfortunately, this is the time where, full circle, the problems have become very real. And if you don't solve it now, you are not going anywhere. Some of these problems existed in the past, and that's why sometimes when former players talk, it's very unfair to me, because, to be frank, let's not act like we don't know that there were also camps in there was also friction in. But at that time, results were going our way. This time it's a combination of the two, and unfortunately, when it gets that bad, you can't. The Bible says what? Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. What is inside you will reflect outside. So if there's toxicity in the camp, it will reflect on the pitch. And if it prolongs over a long period of time, the results will stop coming and it will turn negative. And that's where we've reached now. So now we just need to go back to the roots and address these issues. It's just as simple as that. We need to address them. But where it has reached, I would. Oh no, I'll not. I don't use my mouth to say bad things against the Black Stars, because frankly speaking, if it goes south, I'll be sadder than all of you.
Of course.
So on Sunday, I'm going to church, because it is only spiritus. On Sunday, I'm going to church and I'm going to dedicate 6 special prayers to the team. Because Monday, no, I can't tell you the 6. It's between me and God. But it also involves tying the legs of the Sudanese.
We created man in his own image.
But
so I'm God.
See in face.
You see, but when God wants to bless you, Danike, God blesses you through man.
I know.
So that's it.
So he will bless me through the Black Stars players, not you. You go play ball. Must I go tap some place? See, the point is, I'll pray for the team. But in saying this, let me hand over to give me that. And let him take it away. Give me that something on that talk.
You are done with that. So you are done with that Black Stars.
So friend, you don't even.
The only thing you have to say is that you are going to church to go and pray.
That's all.
I said that.
After everything that you said, that's the only thing you picked.
You tie the thing on your head. You are tying your brain. You are tying your brain. Can you hear me?
Now the rest of it is sucking your mind.
In fact, you are just passed the ball to Sikyo. Don't wait for any question.
They add the galactic chemicals to some of the red banana.
Make Turn up.
Thank you.
Sit your fair. Go on.
We're in a very difficult place.
Yes, we are.
Yesterday game was, and you see, if we were playing well before yesterday's game, I'm sure not many people are going to be angry about the chances we didn't finish. You could have easily written it off as a bad day at the office. Because proud that we are winning 4 out of 5 games, we are scoring goals, we are doing well. And so when you turn up and you're creating the chances and not finishing, like, we played well as we've been playing, we just didn't take our chances. Now, the problem with these Black Stars is that we don't even know if they can repeat the performance.
Right.
Against Mali, we thought we were going somewhere. Then we capped it off with a game against Central African Republic. Even though we were not great, we still created chances, scored goals, It could have even been more comfortable, or they could have also scored more. But we won. So you thought we were progressing. And then Angola and Niger happened. Then we come into this game. We look, and I agree with Danny, what Danny says. I like the approach of the boys. From minute one, they wanted to do the business very early. And I think in Otto's mind, Otto would have known that if the game continues, the Black Stars begin to panic, Sudan begin to feel more comfortable. So they wanted to unsettle Sudan from the blast of the whistle. And they actually did, because in the first 5 minutes, it could have easily been 1-0. Jeku's ball came off the crossbar. Right? And we created chances. Semenyo got a very good chance in the box, shattered the ball to his right foot. The far post was gaping. He chose to squeeze the ball to the near post, then he missed it. A ball bounced to him. He wanted to chest the ball. He should have headed the ball. He chested the ball. The ball went straight to the goalkeeper. Kudus, who I mean, look, any day Kudus would breathe and the ball gets to the back of the net, he freezes. Inaki 1-on-1. Either side of the goalkeeper, there is a goal. The chance is gone. The rebound set up for Fatah Isaaku, who all of us have seen him develop his game from boom boom to placement. Then he revisited his past.
I mean, from inside the box, I don't know how he didn't even hit the
targets. Charlie,
you know, and it was happening to almost everybody. But I like something about Otto's team from yesterday. Look, we've always complained about progressing ball, and sometimes when you talk about progressing the ball, we tend to narrow it down to what the central midfielders can do. Team shape can help you progress ball. And yesterday, he played Elisha Usu and then Ibrahim Sulemana. But we also saw that Gideon Mensah and Ali Dusaidi were very high up the pitch. So even though our midfielders at times would play the ball square, they were playing the ball to the players in the wide areas who had spaces because Sudan were deep, and then our fullbacks had massive space to go forward.
Right.
And once he did that, Kudus, Semenyo, Jordan, who were roaming around the half spaces, would combine well with the fullbacks. And so we were attacking Sudan from multiple points. Like we could go wide. So look at the number of chances we created by crossing.
Alidu and Gideon.
You know,
Alidu the goat.
Yeah, Alidu had a very You know, I think the best game is sad in the Black Star shirt, perhaps.
I agree.
So we and look at the number of chances as well that we could create on the edge of the box, and some of the combination. There was this lovely link-up play between, I think it was Kudus and Semenyo and Jordan. I think Semenyo played the ball into Jordan.
It was Jordan Semenyo ending with the Semenyo shot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at this position Jordan had picked. And look at when Semenyo played the ball to Jordan, the run he made, and then the run that Gideon was also making to keep the defense. Yeah. So when you look at movement, position, the behavior of the team.
So in other words, coaching wise.
No, the coaching had, we saw it improved. No, we saw it.
Yeah.
Like you can't watch the game and be dishonest about the fact that there was a massive improvement over what we had seen in the other windows.
Especially the Niger game.
What was lacking was the final flourish. And that is why I was asking, like, how, because look, I feel for Otto. I was asking like that question because he's a manager, and I feel for Otto because when you're a coach and you've been able to assemble a team and giving them instructions to present the opportunities the team had, I'm wondering what more you could have done. Should you have played players in different positions? Should you have used them differently? If you're a coach and you've seen these players score goals at their club, but when they come to the country, they are struggling to find the
right combinations,
the comfort and the coolness in the box to find it. What do you do? The combinations were good. It was just about like keeping a cool head, you know, composing yourself, making a decision. You know, Inaki's chance, Charlie, he had a space and time. He just didn't know he had that much time. Because he could have just taken a deep breath and slaughtered it coolly. Like Semenyo, it wasn't happening. And the point, like I said, because the team has been very inconsistent, you don't even know if when we go to Libya to play against Sudan, we can play the same. Look, if we play the same way we played, and if
according to Otto, we will.
He
says they were lucky, and that they won't be lucky on Monday.
Talk because we've been very. We are lucky with. Look, my biggest problem is, I'm not sure if we are able to replicate what we did in Accra in Libya.
What about another fiery speech from Kurt? Will that do the trick?
Fire away.
Fence.
Yes.
Fence.
Yes.
Look.
Let me tie your hand for you.
Why are you tying a red band in your hand before speaking? Speak away.
See any
Yesterday, one of our interns, Phil Foden, came up with that headline that what?
He said,
Ketokraku's motivational speech inspires Black Stars to a hard-fought draw against Sudan.
So after the game, I saw some video here and Randy. They were going to the dressing room. I was crying for the boys.
Charlie, Terminator walk.
I'm waiting for that.
Oh,
video.
they last about an hour and a half in the dressing room yesterday
No,
after
I'm
the
waiting
match.
for the video because the one we saw on YouTube was 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Say 17 proper minutes.
One they move you.
Properly edited. They use the montage to open the sequence. Continue. Look, Fence. That rant was unnecessary.
What do you mean?
No, it was very unnecessary. Look, you see, these footballers, they are not babies, so they are not small boys, so the team that we have now are the Black Stars. How many of them did Ketokraku and his FA, right, play any role in their development?
It's a Haku?
So I'm asking how many.
Okay.
Yeah, you can mention this. You have a squad of 25 players.
Yes.
How many of them? Look, under 17, when some players when the proper talents were supposed to have been called to under 17, some of these people called their boys to under 17. After under 17, you don't know where they are. Under 20, the same. Some of these players will find their way and struggle and cut corners and enter some academy and go and pop up somewhere and become pros. Then you realize that they will be good enough to serve the Black Stars. Then you call them. Then you finish and come and question their passion and their commitment. When the solutions to our problems lie on your desk. And Laryea said it. He gave them a full document on players to bubble. Go and ask him if he's opened that document and what they are doing about
and these are teenagers with no professional assignments.
Thank you.
So they can afford to be in a bubble.
Thank you. And so when you speak, like, look, you don't expect that. I've always said that if the Black Stars were failing in isolation, then that blasting, I can understand that. Why is everybody doing well? By you Black Stars, you have given us problems, right? But every national team under this administration isn't doing well,
And the league
Gotten worse.
the league.
So when you come and hit your chest and smash your brain like you are working, but they are disappointing you, it is so dishonest and disrespectful to the boys.
He says his Dreams FC, the Niger players can't get in there, but his Dreams FC are doing well. They've gone to CAF Confederation Cup semi-final.
No credit to him because at the time he's not in charge of Dreams FC. What he said was a lie. He doesn't have a club.
He said he's my club.
He doesn't
Dreams
have a club.
FC.
And if he has a club, then there's conflict of interest. There should be sanctions. But you, no, this can't.
Beside the point.
He has a club. He owns 33.3% shares of Dreams FC. Please.
Okay.
It's a fact.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much for the clarification. But what I'm saying is, Fence, to be able to say the things he said, he should have done his part. He's not doing his part. They are not doing their part. I don't know in this country. Have we not banned? Have we not destroyed the football lives of our young girls for 2 cycles?
Yes.
Of under 17.
Yeah.
Have they not been banned
Because of age
for
cheating.
age cheating?
Nobody was sanctioned, by the way.
And did they ever take any responsibility for that? And what has been the plan for the year group who would have been competing to play in the World Cup, to play in the Women's African Championship? What has been the plan for them? They've just been neglected. What has been the plan for our
Some of them were in under 20 that went to Colombia, I guess, and they suffered a group stage exit.
that are that won the African Games?
Yes.
And the waffle.
And then the waffle. Right. So friends, the FA need to work. And that speech that Kets gave. Look, if you're a football fan, it's very simple to say that he's spoken your mind. He has spoken.
And a lot of them was backing him. They said we've pampered the players for too long.
I was properly abused
Because you said.
because I disagreed with the position of and the tone he used on the.
Yeah,
So-
there were a lot of people on social media who said that he used the right tone and he delivered the right message.
So,
I don't.
there's a way to look at it. Look, if you're a football fan, you can be happy that he spoke in your mind. But that is a mind of a football fan who has no responsibility to this team. So if Kets had no responsibility to this team, and he was privileged to be given the opportunity to speak to these
He
boys,
spoke like that.
and he spoke like that,
Including fans.
I'm not going to say what I'm saying to him today, but he has a massive responsibility to our football and its operations and its ecosystem. And I'm telling you that our league, all our national teams are failing. What makes him think that automatically the Black Stars must play well? He's talking to players, a group of players, a national team that couldn't beat Comoros, that couldn't beat Mozambique, that couldn't beat Niger. Why does he think that it's automatic that he beats Niger because he's Ghana? Because we are Ghana, we win. No! Work hasn't been done. There are glaring problems with the team. When the boys wear the Black Stars shirts, they play like they are afraid. We don't see the Kudus of West Ham. We don't see the party of Arsenal. We don't see the Semenyo of Bournemouth. We don't see the Naki of Atletico Bilbao. At times, we don't even see the Jordan of Crystal Palace, even though we know that he's more consistent than many of the players we even hype in this country. Yeah, look, we don't see the Ali Duseidu has gone to his club. He was player of the month for his new club. It was this game that we saw that truly he can be good. Before this game, we hadn't seen this Ali Duseidu. Gideon Mensah comes in today, he is good. Tomorrow he is off. You can't tell me that all the players went on WhatsApp and decided that when we play for the Black Stars, we will show passion. It doesn't make sense.
What is even the passion?
How do you define passion?
How do you what?
Is it those who play like Mubarak Wakasu and those who play like Ozil and Kai Havertz don't Jordan, have passion and Jordan? Are they so you see, for me, let's get in the FA work.
All right.
They see the proof that they are national team that are working. There are systems in the FA that are really working, and the Black Stars themselves are the only people who, as a group, are disappointing the nation. But when everything football isn't working in the country, he does not question the commitment of the players, because only for him, he only shows passion when the Black Stars are in town. When the league is not going well, we don't see Kets. During under 17, we don't see Kets. When the under 20s are failing, we don't see Kets. It's only when the Black Stars are in town that we see that we have an FA president. He should show more passion to the development of the game and not the chest hitting and brain smashing speeches. Dance won't win us games. Any other couple drone.
I swear by my life.
Wow. That was a lot of fire. Good evening, Fentu and your panelists. I'm at you inside 37. Black Stars' problem is coaching. Otoado is a trainer scout. Joseph Lawman is an assistant coach at Standard Layer. John Pencil, ? How can they secure victories for us? Total joke. Harry Olufuwa says the coaching was good. Offensively, we were brilliant. His coaching, they said Danike never disappoints. He's found a way to defend Otoado. This one says, like Kingston and Sika Akonnor admissions were brilliant. This message also says that... Danike, what's your problem? He says, please, which team does like Kingston coach in the US? I want to use it for business. I think you asked that question before you heard him. Joseph says, Sicho, you spoiled there. And Robert says, what is Ghana football's DNA? Do we even have a DNA? And when was the last time we used a DNA? Jojo, what's wrong with my phone line? I wanted to take phone calls. You are telling me something. Okay. This one says, this is on WhatsApp. Those messages I read earlier were on Twitter. This one on WhatsApp says, Fen, the team has been on a decline for a long time now, so failing to qualify for the AFCON will not surprise me, even though it's a failure. I don't think we will qualify anyway. However, if we all believe that we are building a team, it will take time, and so Otto should be made to stay. At least now, we can see that they are creating chances, and very soon the goals will start coming. Bright in East Legon. That's an interesting point from Bright. This message says, a brilliant submission from by both CK and Lai. The management of the Black Stars have to be intentional about what they are doing with the team. Just by the way, I don't appreciate how you mentioned Sichofe at all. Courage in Koforidua. Okay, fine. Philip. His name is Philip. From now on, I'll call him. From now I'll call him Philip. No wahala. This one says, "Hello, Fent. I'm enjoying the show. Can you tell us a bit more about the joy and excitement in the crowd when the sprinklers came out at halftime to water the pitch?"
Hey, Tommy, you know Tommy.
Stanley in Achimota.
They're shocked. They say, "Hey!"
Stanley, you should have been there. Ghanaians were celebrating.
This is calf-induced sprinklers.
It's unbelievable. This message, this one says, "Fent, the Black Stars have a spiritual problem. 3 former captains dragging the team ground because of greed." Hey, that's allegation.
3 former captains.
I don't know which 3 former captains who are working the team spiritually. Interesting. This one says, game plan. We concerned football lovers in Ghana are pleading with the GFA to assemble locally based players with these foreign based players, and we'll know the Black Stars team will rise again. use both local and foreign players. Has Harrison Ado Daniel.
But we have local players in the team.
In Hacho, what is it? You carrying cooler. Okay, no wahala. We saw them. You didn't see them carrying the cooler. This one says, good afternoon, please. I think the failure of the Black Stars to score a goal has nothing to do with coaching. Otuado is really doing a great job. This is a message from Philip as well. This message says, okay, where are they? Okay, more here. Good afternoon. Please ask Lai, is he receiving the call and the email before resigning? Okay, are you asking if he received the email and the call before he resigned? Or did he resign before getting the call?
He said after. He was specific. After he resigned, he had many.
Yes, he was
offers.
Very specific. So that point is moot. All right. Yes, I've got more messages here. This one says, Nitojo from Tema Newton says, bad leadership has damaged our sports. Proper investment in personnel and infrastructure. Proper investment in personnel and infrastructure is the way to go. God bless your homeland, Ghana. Why? It's not your homeland. It's the God bless your homeland, Ghana, as if he's not part. All right, I've got more messages here. Let me fetch them. Good day, Muftao. Are you okay? Are you talking to Muftao or yeah? Okay. Anyway, he says, I am surprised. Any Ghanaian is surprised at the outcome of the match. Anyone who really knows the game of football knows the Black Stars simply can't qualify for Morocco. Going forward is very simple. We need to start forming a seriously committed and skillful Black Stars team for AFCON 2027. And of course, with a coach who knows and understands how the game is played currently. There's no way this team can give us any different result than they have done recently. Better still, we can put up the Black Stars for sale to protect us from any cardiac arrest. This is Prosper from Dakuman in Accra. Prosper, thank you for your message. This one says, I just tuned in and you guys are talking about Black Stars. Hey, stop the talk. Nothing will change. But we see up here, he has to take care for him to resign. When we said it, okay, so when we said it, it did that or what? We hate. Okay, I miss you guys. From Dell in Madrid. Dell, thank you for joining us. Yeah, we did tell Kwesi Appiah to quit one of the rules. Long time when the draw came out. They said we should keep quiet over there. Can't intervene or he has resigned. Afternoon Fent and the whole sports campaign in the studio. Very funny from CK. Germany won the 2014 World Cup and their performance has declined. Germany winning the World Cup wasn't by luck, but hard work from 06 World Cup because they made a football plan to win the 2014 World Cup. Ghana is what is our football in Ghana? What is our football blueprint? None. How many players have you called to play for Ghana in the last 8 years? Different players, 4 coaches in 4 years. Absolutely nothing. What is the game plan for Otuato? Total football play or transitional football play? Nothing happens by chance, but by hard work and blueprints. A country called Ghana. You don't tell us your name. Would have been interesting. Okay, Prince from Makati Hill. You sent us that message. Thank you, Prince. Let me take, I think, one more message. And then I'll take a submission from Muftal. Okay. Some people are sending birthday shouts. Don't worry, I'll come around to do that. Ket is the Jonah. This one says, Ket is the Jonah of our football. Hey, what does that mean? Danny K, what did Jonah do in the Bible?
He was giving a message to deliver. He didn't go. And then he was on the boat. He was on the ship with people, sailors. And then God told them that if they don't drop him from the boat, they will sink. So if he's saying that Ket is the Jonah, it means that we must drop Ket. Otherwise, Ghana football will sink. That is like, I'm not the one saying, I'm just trying to put it.
Then after that, the whale will swallow him.
After that, the whale will swallow him. And he has to go and repent and come and deliver the message before. Yeah, more like.
George is texting us from Nungwa and he's a Nigerian. He says, so as a Nigerian, I observe something about Ghana football. Back home, when we go to play football at the park, when it's selection time, almost everyone is a striker or a winger. And when we came to school in Ghana, when I go to play football here, we hardly got strikers among Ghanaians as more defenders and midfielders. Imagine Lukman or Moses Simon on the right and Chukwueze or Iheanacho or on your left. Ghana needs to do more.
You have to do more. You don't have midfielders. That's why when you go to tournaments, if indeed is injured, you don't have midfielders. So it's the same thing. There's historically, you've had better strikers. Historically, you've had better midfielders.
Yeah.
So you have to do more.
Is it the first time sprinklers have been used at the stadium in Ghana? Kelly Ozil. No.
It was just fun.
We were just making fun. Muftau.
But we will take advice from Nigeria.
We have to pray, Sikyo. That's the ultimate thing. We have to pray. Because if we have hurt people, we beg, make una forgive us. Because the results, Fent, is going beyond physical. I might be sounding weird, actually.
No, it's not weird.
But can you imagine?
The spiritual realm controls the physical.
Come on, can you imagine those chances that we cannot bury?
Even you score.
Kudus froze.
You are mad today.
No, I'm saying you that you have retired. No, you scored a goal.
Yeah, but the Kudus chance, you see, all he needed to do is just he
just needed to exist. That's all.
That's what I'm saying. If we have hurt some people and they don't want the administration to succeed, we beg, forgive us,
guys.
Because
thank you.
It's for all of us.
Thank you very much, Muftau. Thank you, Sichofe Philip Atrim. Thank you, Daniel Cranting as well. That's our show for today. It'll be available as a podcast a little later on all podcast platforms as well as on YouTube on the Joy News channel. My name is Fentio Tahir Fentio. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's proudly sponsored by Petrosol and, of course, Betsway. We are back again next Friday. Until then, enjoy your weekend. Up next is the BBC World Service.